memory. So you had a big game Saturday night at Troy. How
Yes,
did it
sir.
feel to be able to get out there and make a lot of plays and get in that backfield zone?
Man, it feels good. It's been a long time coming, a lot of work put in, but I mean, I'm finally here and I've arrived, and I'm here to stay. So it felt good.
Henry, this is the first time we've had a chance to talk to you since you've been on campus, and I believe you were one of the highest profile recruits in the first FBS recruiting class. And talk us through that process of choosing an upstart like Liberty over like UVA, which is about an hour closer to home for you, and the process that it's been from you going from an offensive lineman to defensive lineman.
Man, this has been a crazy transition, but I played offensive line and defensive line my whole life. So this ain't really like a new thing to me, but it's actually been kind of new accustoming to in college. But I mean, it was a smooth transition. It was a hard year that I had to really change my body from being an O lineman where I came in, I was about 350, and I actually put on like 10 pounds when I first got here. I came off an injury my last high school game, so I kind of got out of shape during that time period. But I mean, it's been a smooth transition, and I'm still going through it day by day. So I'm not even anywhere close to where I'm gonna be as a player, as a D lineman. So still.
What are you down to now? What you're playing weight right now?
Right now I'm 305, down from the max I weighed here was 365. So lost a
Coach
lot.
Freeze and Coach Simons both mentioned this week that it was a big attitude change for you. Shedding that weight, making that transition from O line to D line.
Yes, sir.
What was it for you? I mean, was something clicked one day and said, "Hey, if I want to play at this level, I need to get serious about."
I mean, I knew I always had the talent. That wasn't the issue, but I just knew I had to get my body right. So I mean, I had a good talk with Dom. It was, I want to say the spring when they first got here. They had to talk with me that you're very talented, but you can't play at this weight. And I took that as a challenge. I got with Danielle, that's our nutritionist, and she gave me a plan of how to eat and the things I need to do to change my body, and I just honed in on it, and here I am.
Henry, I believe you got to play in that 2018 finale against
I did.
Norfolk
Norfolk State,
on
for
the
sure.
offensive line, and then you started, I believe, 2019 on the offensive line. What do you remember about getting the chance to play on the offensive line? And then do you remember that meeting you had with Coach Freeze about transitioning over to the defensive line?
Yeah, so that first year, I redshirted. I played O-line, got to play in that final game, a couple plays at the end of the game. But I know the next year I still was on the O-line. The 2019 season, I was still a little bit overweight. So I know we had a D lineman quit, probably I would say mid-season. So they moved me to scout defense. I guess they wanted to do it for like a day, and I did that. And then they just seen the flashes that I had doing that. So, and then the next week, Coach Freeze sat me down and was like, I think I'm transitioning you to defense that you look very good over there. So that's how that happened.
How did you receive that news of moving to the
I mean,
defense?
I'm a football player, so I never even. It might sound crazy, but before I even came, I never came out the game. Like at any point in I played defense off and never came out. So, I mean, I was very excited. Defense has always been the funner position to me, but I just knew I was always a pretty good O-lineman. So, I mean, I was excited when I first heard the news. I was excited, ready to go.
What is it about defense that's so much fun for you?
I mean, I just like making plays. I feel like I can say I have a pretty high football IQ, so I can diagnose stuff that's going on, and I like making plays. It's exciting.
Ralph Rusens is another guy that made that change. I know he hasn't played football for a long time. He made
Exactly.
that change from O-line to D-line. Have you guys had conversations about making that change and how to adjust to being on a defense?
I mean, he's really been a good mentor for me. Just because he kind of went through the same thing I did. Like with the last staff, they didn't really believe in him as a D lineman. So I mean, him and Coach Arders have really helped me a lot. Like with that transition and knowing that, you feel me, that there's somebody that can bring you along and get you up the pace with everything that's going on. So they've both been a big help.
And you mentioned you had an injury there your final year in high school that made you come in
bad
overweight.
injury.
What happened to you there in high school?
So it was playoffs. We went pretty far. The week prior to the state semifinals, I hurt my ankle. So I played it was the state semi, so my team needed me a lot, and then I wanted to play. So I went out there and I gave it all I could, and unfortunately I hurt my ankle. I broke my fibula, like literally my last quarter of my high school. So, like that year of high school, I played at around I would say like 320, but I got here at Liberty I was about 350. So I was out for 7 months after that injury. So that's kind of what set me back. But everything happens for a reason. I'm here today. So God bless.
Henry, what was the most exciting thing for you in the first two games? Getting your first start against Campbell, or getting that first sack?
I'll say it got to be the sack for sure. It's going to be a lot more coming. So, and it was my sack for sure.
And that sack seemed impressive because it seemed like you were pinned down to the ground and you, with one paw, grabbed Taylor.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, offensive lineman was kind of holding me, but I really tried to swipe at the ball. I tried to go for the strip, but he moved. But I was able to grab his thigh, and I pulled him down. So, I mean, I think I'm a pretty strong dude. I can do stuff like that and kind of get away with it. So.